Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again. This is a continuation of the previous one. Why Ruto's government is likely to fall within a short period of time, may not even take 1 year. Let me explain to you something. When Ruto came to office, his war was against the rich. He was really against the rich. But for a country to survive, we need both the rich and the poor. The rich of the country, the ones he called thieves, wakora, hao watu ndio wanarun economy ya Kenya. They control almost everything. They pay large amount of tax to the government. Ruto's government is purely based on tax. This government is purely based on tax. He wants tax to run its government. It's not about borrowing from the international community. He just wants to run the government on tax. But surely, where will Ruto get tax? If the rich, those people he called the rich, are living in Kenya. They are afraid of operating in Kenya. They are afraid of investing in Kenya. Who will pay the tax? Secondly, Ruto depends on domestic borrowing, of which domestic borrowing requires borrowing from banks, and it is the rich who save their money in the banks. When the rich people, the people we call wakora, takes their money out of the bank, we said that they can take their money out of the bank and make the banks poor. These people can take their money, take to banks outside Kenya, overseas, change them into dollars, so that when Ruto wants money, he borrows them in form of expensive dollars. This is a problem to Ruto's government still. See that? So, how will Ruto pay its government when we speak? How will Ruto fund its government? Can Ruto depend on the poor Kenyans to get tax to run its government? Is it working? Can it work? How long will this be sustained? So the truth is that this government is falling because of the failure of Ruto to unite the country, to apply some decorum in the country. Ruto needs the rich and the poor equally to run the government. More sure, he needs the rich more for his government to be sustained. Ruto must find a way of creating good relations with the international community. Ruto must not ignore China. Ruto cannot ignore UK, and he cannot ignore the countries like Germany. For Ruto to rule peacefully, for Ruto to get money, please get rid of the so-called diehards. Get rid of Rigathi Gachagua and approach the right people who can help you run your government. Go for the best. Don't go for sycophants. Go for the person who will advise you accurately, and the effect of his advice can be seen in the economy. Sack all the CS that don't perform, don't know how to advise you. These people will lead to your fall, and you are the president. You'll fall with those people, those nonsense people in your office. Get rid of them and get the right people in the office. That is the first step you can to make your government be sustainable. Don't reward your loyalists. Get the best. Get people with knowledge. Surely, the only person I see in your government with knowledge, with the ability to advise you, but you don't listen to him, and I know you don't take his advice, is the CS of Interior. The rest are bogus. The rest, I don't just see the capacity. Musalia Mudavadi, I don't know what happened to Musalia Mudavadi, but Musalia Mudavadi is one of the people who can help you. Mr. Ruto, you need Raila. You need Ruto. You need Uhuru Kenyatta. You need the rich. You need those people you call cartels to run your economy. Otherwise, you'll fall. You won't get money to run your government. Raila won't remove you from your seat. The server slogan won't remove you from your seat. But the hunger and the anger of Kenyans will make you exit your office as early as this year. If you can't pay your employees, counties are falling. Doctors will go to mandamanos. Nurses are on mandamanos. How will you run your economy? For you to survive, Mr. President, let's just speak the truth. You have to be able to be at peace, politically peace. You must have the political goodwill to deal with every person. Go with decorum. Don't please those people who don't help you. Let me tell you something. You say that Ruto is Uhuru is funding Raila's rallies. Yes, it may be true or false. But I know there are large people that may support Raila. The rich may support Raila because they view you as an enemy. So the best thing they'll do is to use Raila to cause you problem. If I were you, Mr. Ruto, listen to Raila. Listen to this class of people. Listen to the rich. They are the source of income. In fact, they can even loan you. In case you don't have money to pay teachers or to pay the counties, just approach the few rich people in Kenya. They can loan you some cash. You won't even have to constrain getting those loans. But because you declared a war against the rich, the problem will always follow you. Go with decorum, Mr. President. Kenyans are going hungry. Don't rely on rains to come, because God gave us brain to think for ourselves. God can't give us everything if we don't work for ourselves. Mr. President, you are being misled and your government is falling. Yet the chest thumping in your government won't take you so far. Soon you will leave this government. You won't even take 5 years in it. What is the gain of losing? What will you gain by losing the entire years, rather than just speaking to the opposition and speaking to those people you call the conmen, and you just find a way of running your government? So your government is going to fail because you are relying on tax, you are relying on domestic borrowing. That is not sustainable. No country has never ever developed with this thing called tax. Yes, if Kenya had a good economy, private sector, you could run with the borrowing from domestic investors, domestic banks, but those are the first people you declared war with. Those are the first people you don't want. So how will you run your government? Mr. President, we rely on you. For this period you have in government, show us that you can work. Show us that you have the ability to sustain this government, to fund, to make peace, to bring the political goodwill to everyone in the country. Stop being a politician and be a leader, be a president that we all need. Mr. President, I still tell you, make Kenya a better place. Don't serve the political interest of those people who voted for you, like the Mount Kenya, the Rigathi thing. Those people are misleading you. Forget about Ichungwa. Forget about Gashagwa. Forget about Ndi Nyoro. Those people won't help you run the government. In fact, they'll gain from your from your downfall. So, Mr. President, listen to Kenyans. Be the best leader that they need. You are being misled. Make peace with the rich. Make peace with Uhuru Kenyatta. Make peace with Raila and the people who follow them. Don't insult them, but be good to them. You will succeed in 2027 and in the next 5 years, next 10 years in your presidency. Without that, you are likely to fall this year because you won't be able to sustain your government. Thank you.